Привет, Grisy Grover, welcome to Russia. Yes, hello Mr. Putin, it's very nice to meet you at last. Yes, we have been watching you very closely. What? Anyways, we heard you make history videos. We also heard you like to listen to Hard Bass and Kalinka on repeat. Wait, how do you know all this again? Which is why we are asking you to make glorious history video about Russian culture. Okay, sure, I'm down. Make sure you portray Russia as beautiful and strong country, like beautiful and strong Russian potato. We know you have experience with making video about potato. Link in the description. We suggest that you begin making video at once. I won't let you down, Mr. Putin. Russia, or Rossiya, is a Eurasian country that spans from Moscow in Europe to Vladivostok in Asia. It's popularly known for the Kremlin, cool hats, snow, and hackers. Its roots are traced back to the East Slavic people who formed the Kievan Rus, which many see as the first modern Russian state. And that was all fine and dandy until, But after almost 200 years of Mongol rule, the Russians liberated themselves from the Mongols and said, "Stop conquering people!" After Mongol rule, the Russians continued to expand under an imperial system in which they were led by a king, a czar, and this system had a heavy emphasis on vassals as well as serfdom. At its height, the modern Russian Empire looked like this, stretching from Poland all the way to Alaska. And you know, with an empire that big, nothing could possibly go wrong, right? Until it did. Russian serfs started starving, they didn't have a lot of bread, but then a guy named Vladimir, who was a big fan of Karl Marx's new works, said, "I can fix everything, if we just have the same paycheck, we'll all be fine." And so the long-reigning imperial system was overthrown. Fast forward a few years, the Germans invade Russia, Cold War happens, the USSR collapses, and now we have what we have today. Modern-day Russia. Russian history gave us some cool people like Pyotr Tchaikovsky, who was a composer, as well as Yuri Gagarin, a cosmonaut. Also gave us some rather unsavory figures like Soviet dictator Joseph Stalin. But you know, overall it was okay, but now it's time to talk about technology! Okay, first let's get the greatest invention of all time out of the way. Baked milk, guys. Baked milk. Things such as the multi-dome church as well as giant Russian ovens were of note in architecture. In terms of recreational technology, we got the balalaika, and we also got the troika for transportation, using 3 horses to get people from one spot to the next. Things like the izba were traditional Russian houses which you'd stick the giant oven in order to make large amounts of food. Russia has a really large and vibrant culture, and there's a lot of things you could say when talking about it. Traditional Russian food include the borscht soup, pelmeni dumplings, and in terms of drinks you got kvass and vodka, both alcoholic beverages. In terms of traditional Russian clothing, sarafans were popular among women, while Tolstoys were popular among men. Eastern Orthodox Christianity is the most prominent religion in Russia. In terms of state holidays, Victory Day celebrates Russian victory over Nazi Germany in World War II, and Russia Day celebrates the founding of the Russian Federation in 1991. Russia is also very prominent in terms of art, with art pieces such as Ivan the Terrible and His Son by Ilya Repin and The Swan Princess by Mikhail Vrubel. Literature is also very big in Russia, with a variety of things such as short stories, crime books, as well as dystopia. Song and dance is also a huge part of Russian culture. Dancing has an emphasis on being athletic and being able to move your body around really fast. This video, The Soldier's Dance by the Alexandrov Ensemble, has some very good examples of what I'm talking about. Some miscellaneous facts about Russia. Russia is so large that it's home to 11 time zones. The Hermitage Museum, which can also be found in Russia, is home to about 3 million exhibits. And last, the deepest lake in the world, Lake Baikal, is located in Russia. Well, I hope you learned something new today. But before you leave, one last thing. Russia greatest country.